Hello everyone, welcome to today's video. Today we are going to discuss about domestic violence. I have invited 3 people so that we can talk about it. One of the first questions I'm going to ask is it right for a husband to beat his wife?
I stand against men beating their wives, because the Bible makes us to understand that men must love their wife as Christ loved the church. And if you love your wife, you can never beat your wife.
Okay, that's what you think. That's what most women always do. They take the Bible to cover up their mistakes. You see, in as much as the Bible says men should love their wife, you see, wives have taken this issue to an area that, you see, they want to dominate the man. The Bible says a man is the overall. It's like Jesus Christ. It says the man is like Jesus Christ. If you look at it critically, the woman was supposed to submit to the man with all his entire body. Because as the Bible says, man should love his wife. That same Bible says, woman submit unto
But
her.
I believe that before the Bible says a woman should submit, it first of all says men should love their wife. It means if a man loves the wife, even with that submission, a man has the right to abide to love.
And I will tell you that statistics have proven that, you see, that 58% of deaths of men that are being killed in this war are women. It's not that men are not loving. It's just that women, they think that the position which men occupy, they were to be in that same position. They want to fit in the same shoe that men were supposed to fit there, which is not normal. I'm telling you.
No, I disagree with you. It's not a matter of a woman wanting to take a position of a man, or it's a matter of a woman want to be a man in the place of a man. No, the problem here is men have forgotten what the Bible gives. It's a commandment. Love is the commandment, and if the commandment of God
I will tell you that men have not forgotten. I'm telling you the gospel truth. Women are the ones that have forgotten their positions. Women have forgotten their position. You will go to some homes, you see the way women are acting with their husbands. You will not believe that this woman automatically said yes to this man. I'm telling you the gospel
then
truth.
in that I will tell you that then the man lacks communication.
The man is it the woman that lacks communication or is the man?
It's a man that lacks, because it's a man who's supposed to love.
Has it ever been a day
No. It's a man that's supposed to go and show
Has
up.
it ever been a day that you sit down and expect the head of state to come and meet you in your house so that he can explain to you, so that he can explain to the head of state that, okay, this is my issue. You as a woman, so far the man is the head. Whenever there's a situation, you go and meet that man. Tell the man that I am not happy with you because of this, because of that, because of this. The man have a Lord in his head.
No, I disagree. I have a question for you.
Yes.
When you saw a woman, was it the woman who came to you, or you came to the woman?
As the Bible says, a man shall live. I live and went.
And so, if there is a misunderstanding in the house, you still need to come to me.
If there is a misunderstanding, I am not the one to come to you.
No.
I am not the one to come to you.
You are the one to come to me.
Your submissive side
because
now.
your love supersedes all. Your love covers my submission. Your love has to cover my error. And if I do not come, does it mean you have the right to beat me?
Why
because I'm stubborn?
Why do women always think that men are the ones to offer the 99% of this love thing?
Sir, what do you have to say here?
Looking at the biblical view of marriage, most of the times we often misunderstand, or we often, like when we talk about domestic violence, we look at it at the microscopic view. We always believe that men are the ones that are violent towards their wife, but that's not true. That's the truth about the story. Domestic violence is in the both sides of the coin. Women are violent to their husband as well as husbands are violent to their wives. But looking at it at the biblical view, the Bible says man is the head of the family as Christ is the head to the church, of which I believe a man is not supposed to raise his hand on his wife. But if you should look at the way things are today in our society, women at times promise their husband to do such. Imagine a man who has worked himself all day, coming back home to meet the house nasty, no food, the children untidy, asking the wife, honey, why you have not done this, the woman start raising the voice, shouting.
And the Bible still makes us to understand, if you know it is not working, give a written divorce. So you can give a woman a letter of divorce,
do you know the Bible,
rather than raising your hand.
Do you know the Bible equally says that God hates divorce?
God hates divorce, and the same Bible makes us to understand that thou shalt not kill. God hates killing.
The Bible says.
So what is the essence of it beating a woman to death?
The Bible says don't spoil the road and spoil the child.
And there's something I want to make you to understand. The Bible makes us to understand that a woman and a man are one. So both of them are equal. The only difference is that a man slept and a woman was created out of it, and God made me a helper. It doesn't mean I am your child.
Which that one?
Discipline a child. But the Bible does not say, spoil not the rod and spoil the child. He just said, don't spare the rod and spoil a woman. He said, do not spare the rod and spoil a child. Mean your wife is not your
I
child.
like your point. You said the man slept and God removed a part of the woman is supposed to be totally submissive to the husband.
And the man was also totally supposed to love the woman.
And in the case where the woman refused to submit to the husband, what do you think will happen?
It is because the man has also refused to love.
That is not the point. That is not the point. And that can never be the point. That men have refused to love. Before a man goes to a woman, it means there was an intention.
Thank you.
Are you understanding? It means there was an intention. And before a man makes his mind to settle with a woman, it means he has made, in fact, his entire soul has been submitted to that cause.
I have a question for you.
Yes.
I have seen a video online where a woman married a man for 16 years. Submissive in every aspect, even her bank account, the man controls. Everything about her, the man controls. But the man went ahead and married a second woman. Does it mean the woman lacks submission or what?
Look, when we are talking about this,
it is not all of it is because when a man do not love, anything a woman does is negative.
Let me ask you this question. So now, is getting married to a second wife domestic violence?
Getting married to a second one is not a domestic one, but it is worse than a domestic one because it is killing by tricks.
I'll ask you this question. If you have 10,000 francs, moving on the street, you see 20 or another 5,000 francs, won't you pick it? Be honest with yourself.
The only thing that can make me pick the 20,000 and leaving the 5,000, it is because I've decided to blind my eyes for the value of the 5,000. When a man refuses not to see the value of the woman, he will start seeing the woman to be negative. When a man refuses to see a woman, the love that they met from the first day. Remember something. When a home is tearing apart, what a man was supposed to do, and advice I can give out is that go back to how you people started. You're getting me, journalists. Go back to the way you people started. When you go back from the way you people started, you will see reason to love them, and you see reason never to touch that woman. Men have refused to go back from where they started. When a man refused to go back how they started in banana farm and how they started in rubber farm with a lady, he starts seeing that that woman has become negative, and that's why he found a woman when they start looking outside. And when the man starts looking outside, he look at the woman in the house to be nothing. He feels that that woman has become a child. Why? Because the intention and all his system is gathered to another woman out there. Oh. Domestic violence only comes to a home when a man has refused to play his role. When the Bible says a man is the head of a family, it means you are a head in everything. Even in domestic, but if you know I am a head, I cannot beat, because there's some men. Let me ask you a question. Why is it that men at times they don't beat their children, but they raise their hand to beat their wives?
I'm not for the fact that men should beat their wife.
Where are you?
What I'm trying to say is domestic violence should be an equation that should be solved in our contemporary society today. Men are not supposed to beat their wife, as well as women are not supposed to be insubordinate to their husbands. Like I put it to you, the main reason why men beat their wife is because women have vehemently refused to be submissive. Will you
I stand against that. I stand against
you
that.
Will never see
because
a man
I have been in a home where no matter how a woman is submissive, the lightest slight of a mistake that woman does, the man has already, I say, hey, I'm sorry. Let me tell you, men are already, if you look at a man as a whole is an animal. I call men animals.
Let me tell you
why?
something.
Because they believe that the authority they carry in them cannot be controlled. Because a man who beats a wife is a man who cannot control himself. It's only an animal who cannot control his system. It means a man is an animal. Beating a wife means you automatically become an animal.
You knew he was an animal before you got married to him.
When I got married to him, he never showed me he was an animal. The love was too sweet. Then after some time, he forgot how we started, and now he starts saying, okay, when you got married to me, you never knew that I was not submissive too.
One thing I'll let you know.
It's a question.
It's a question.
You asked a question. When I got married to you, you never knew that. Because I believe before marriage there was a kind of courtship.
Exactly.
You never saw that I was a kind of disobedient kind of a child.
That's one thing. That's one mistake of many marriages. Believing that that the other partner is going to change you to time. And I will put it to you that this is the reason why we have domestic violence in our homes today. Because you see a negative aspect in your partner, and you believe that that person is going to change with time, of which that is never going to happen.
I have a question for you. Is it true that the only correction a man can give to a woman is beating?
I would say yes to that. There are many ways that a man can correct his wife.
But why is that this issue of beating is over alarming everywhere?
Then
If I go to many homes, one eye is not there, teeth is not there. What happened? Men killing their wives having one eye. But a woman can never have the power to beat a man. That is the
What
truth.
do you mean? What do you mean? There are women that are beating men. What do you mean? I saw a video the other time. A woman beat the husband up to the level that I have to go and carry the woman and go and lock.
If a woman can beat a husband, it means the husband just decided to be submissive to take the
That
place
is,
of a man.
I'm telling you that that's a lie. That's a lie.
So what happened?
Men are dying every day on this of the earth because of women. I'm telling you the gospel truth.
On
Every day,
And
they
what
are
is
dying
that?
because of
You think that
women.
because
Women
men
kill
don't
more
speak
than
up?
men.
No.
Do you think that
I'm
because
telling
men doesn't speak up, they don't face domestic
I'm telling
violence?
you.
They don't.
They don't.
Do you think that because men doesn't speak up, they don't face domestic violence?
don't.
What violence?
They don't.
I have a proof. I can show it here.
Let's take for example, maybe I'm married to you. Do you think I can beat you?
Might not beat me physically, but there's a way that you use.
But
when
it
you're
is not
killing me.
It's just not the
Did
same
I
way
kill you
do
by
it.
domestic
was-
violence?
What do you mean by domestic violence?
I was
You
a
think it's only by
witness.
raising your hand on somebody?
Of course.
I was
Of
a
course,
business
that's the only
in
of domestic violence. Domestic violence. So far you are not fair to this person. That's already domestic violence. So far you're not fair to this person.
I was a
I
witness in
can
Yahweh
kill you
when I saw
without
a
using my
man
hand.
decided to pack and leave his matrimonial home due to the violence that the woman imposed on him. So what you tell me the man was a weakling?
It definitely means that the man has become a woman. But let me say the majority, and if I take you to court or they take that kind of a woman to court, the woman will still win. You know why?
Tell me.
Because the woman will make people to understand it was a self-defense. The man beats me and I could not hold
So
him.
the man wasn't acting in self-defense, was beating the
A
wife.
man can never act a self-defense because everybody in this way, even the Bible makes us to understand that a man has the authority to do all. A man can decide to love and a man can decide to beat. A man can decide to build and a man can decide to destroy. The power is in the hands of men. So men raising this attack of domestic violence, I stand against it.
Bro,
Whether a woman is submissive or not, if you are tired of that woman, better tell her to go.
Bro, you see why women are trying to be so authoritative this time around? Because of this thing they are fighting, that gender equality.
Thank you.
That is why you see women are trying to fit their legs on the same shoes that men are fitting their legs into. And that can never work in our society, best man.
But then
We
maybe-
are not for the point that men should beat their wives.
Equally.
In as much as I myself am also not in the point that women should be dishonest or maybe they should be stubborn to their husband because you are totally supposed to submit.
But I have a
everything.
question for you. If I beat my husband with my mouth, why can't my husband beat me with his own mouth?
If the man doesn't have the man like you do,
He doesn't have a
he has the
mouth.
hands right.
He doesn't have a mouth. What does
He has the hands right. See.
If me, I can beat my husband with my
Listen.
mouth, let the husband
We-
beat me with his own mouth.
We are in Africa, and we inculcate African culture.
Uh-huh.
One thing that is destroying our African homes today is that we try to practice from the West, what we call Western decadence. We try to emulate what the Westerns are bringing into our African culture, and that is what is destroying our marriages today. When we talk about domestic violence, it was very difficult to see a man in Africa raise his hand to beat his wife. Why? Because women were submissive to their husband to a foe. I will take for example the Muslim culture. When you see how a Muslim wife will serve his husband with so much love and respect, let's go back to Nigeria, the Yorubas, the way they serve their husband, with much respect and love. Tell me, if a man is not a beast, if a woman inculcates this attitude in her to be submissive to the husband up to that level, what can prompt a husband to lay his hand on
I
her?
have an answer to that. The Yoruba did know how to serve their husband food. But let me tell you something. It is not all man is moved by food. The fact that a Yoruba woman can serve the husband well by food, it doesn't mean
It was an example of humility.
But an example of humility. We are served. Maybe I do not know how to serve my husband well by food, but I can still serve my husband well in bed. So it does not still have the right for him to beat me.
So domestic violence is not coming to like a man not practicing well in bed.
It can also occur to that. I have had a family where we were. A man said, "This woman, do woman." I have seen men beating their wife because the wife do not want to give them where they want. Domestic violence is in every aspect.
Is a
but
woman supposed to refuse her body from her husband? Is a woman supposed to do that?
a woman body is not a workshop.
It's not a workshop, but the woman.
It's not a
You are
machine.
not
It's
as
not a
far as
workshop.
you are
It's
married.
not a, as far as I'm married, even when I'm sick.
In the kitchen,
What,
in
what,
the parlor,
what,
you are supposed to
Okay,
pray
those-
to your husband.
what the Bible
those
says
things-
concerning that area?
Those things.
The Bible says, before you get married, the Bible says, so far you have gotten married, your body does not belong to you.
Oh,
It belongs to your husband. So now when you come now and you're asking me the question that it's a woman body.
Okay, let me ask you a
What are you
question.
implying?
So if I cannot give you my body, does it imply that you have to beat me?
God of all creation.
I am not in support of this fact of men beating their wife as a sign of correction. Let them look for another alternative. Let them look for another means of discipline their women.
There is no democracy in marriage. There is no democracy.
What?
A woman is supposed to submit totally. A man is supposed to control and rule the home. That is perfect.
Okay, so if a man start
democracy-
controlling a home by beating, did you say that is control?
What happened before the man beats his wife?
Okay, what happens
That's
when
the
the man
question.
beats the
Yes.
wife? I believe
A
you.
man
I believe you have a
can-
sister, because when a man would beat your sister, do not complain. Because a man has no reason
I
for beating his
believe-
wife. Whether the reason is negative or positive, you do not have a right over somebody's else daughter.
My father, my
In the
mother,
era of
and I
beating.
myself, we did a good job by training my sister well. And I don't think that she can raise her mouth to insult her husband.
Do you know that everybody has his character and upbringing? The way you train your sister does not mean the same way they train the husband.
Exactly.
So if the husband is being trained in an arrogant, barbarian way, do you think your sister will still be submissive? She want to stand the woman in her because she want to stop the nonsense.
What will first of all happen then if she will get married to an arrogant man?
What if what happens?
Yes.
Love does not, you do not know where love comes.
Voila. So if you're talking about you don't know where love, if you love the man despite the beat, you're still going to tolerate because you love him.
Hey!
No.
Yes.
Ah,
Of course not.
but what do you have to say about this? If you love somebody despite the beating, I still have to tolerate it.
Yes. You see, love does not know when it's blind. Now it's
The fact really is, when you love somebody, and because before somebody is beating you, before somebody raises your hand over you, it means there was something wrong somewhere. And you now have to go back and look. What happened before this person did this to you?
I believe that the women are so stubborn and are not submissive. I believe that. But my problem is that even though a woman is not submissive, stubborn and arrogant, let men look for another method of discipline that women rather than beating. Because if a woman, if somebody's child die, it will not be longer your wife. Oh, it will become like a state problem.
Exactly.
So if we are to say something about this, my dear, you are men, and you are the one to encourage the other men out there on what is right and what is wrong. I want you to be the one to conclude this topic. Should a man beat his wife because the wife is not submissive?
You see, like for me, I think everything can go smoothly with dialogue, and if the both parties agree to dialogue, everything can go smoothly. But if the other person keep on thinking that okay, I was right, and the other opponent keep on thinking that okay, I was right, you see, there can never be a solution to that kind of matter.
As we say,
So don't make it right. So I think that in as much as we are thinking that men are the one being arrogant, beating their wife, there are some women also some kind of difficult characteristics that men cannot really tolerate. So if you guys see that you cannot tolerate each other, please, it's better you speak. Just call your separate ways, at least, so that you save lives, because a lot of things have been happening. Men have been dying because of women, women have been dying because of men. So if you see that, okay, we have tried this thing and it's not working, I think the best way is for the both of you to sit down and dialogue. Okay, it cannot go. You see, please go and live your life and let me live my life to save life for the purpose of peace. I think that's my own.
I think communication is a solution to everything. As husband and wife, I think if you have the differences, even the Bible do make it clear to us that don't allow the sun to set you down while you are still angry with somebody. If you have an issue with your husband, communication, dialogue, I think is going to resolve all these issues. One thing that is happening in our home today is pride as well. If pride is present, we can never communicate and come to a conclusion and come to a resolution of resolving a problem. Take for example where the man is proud or the woman is proud to say to each other that day, I'm sorry, let's talk about it. Do you think this can ever come to an end? No. And that's why you see that at the end it's going to resolve to violence, where the woman will be insultive to the man, and the man, in order to protect his dignity and his pride, in return will beat his wife, and they will term it domestic violence. We should lay down our pride, communicate, dialogue, and come to a conclusion that is going to help us to resolve this societal ill that we call domestic violence.
You ladies out there, what I can really say as my own point of advice to you all is that before a man should beat a wife, it means there was a cause. Because there is a saying, there's no smoke without fire. So what I will tell you there is that learn to be submissive to your husbands. Submission is the best. And one thing I also want to still beg you is that learn this word. I'm sorry. Sorry. Sorry is the key point to marriage. Sorry is the key point to relationship. And sorry is the key point to a healthy courtship or a healthy marriage or a healthy family at all. So what I can really tell you out there is that be submissive to your husband. And as for you men, you can hear what your fellow men have said. Do not use domestic violence as a point of correction to your wife. Dialogue is the finest thing.
That is it.
My advice to you all is that dialogue is the best solution to all these problems. Thanks for watching. See you in my next video.